Hey Stampers, it's the Pampered Stamper, and before I show you today's technique with glycerin, I wanted to give a little shout out to the Snowflake Showcase products. I'm not going to actually show you the stamp sets or the framelits. I'm just going to show you what I made with them. So, oh, it's backwards, but oh well, I'll show you later. It's a beautiful frame that says home, and then the O is interchangeable, and this one uses the pretty snowflakes. And then this is the card that uses the, oh my goodness, what's it called? Happiness Surrounds. And it's like, you can see the Nordic look of that. I really, really like it. This is just using the framelit as a embossing. So you use the embossing mat with the framelit, and it just makes a beautiful thing in the champagne foil. Oh, this one's coming apart a little bit. Here we go. This one shows the Snow is Glistening stamp set with the long framelit. Now, the velvet white paper is no longer available. Stampin' Up! Did say that this stuff would only be available while supplies last, so we can't be too upset about it. This is a bare midriff card. See, with that open spot in the middle? It's kind of pretty. It's really lovely. So if you want this bundle, you can get a free class with me. That's what I have for that. So that class is the November the 22nd on a Thursday night at 7, or a Saturday afternoon, November 24th at 1 p.m. If you don't want to buy any of the product, you can do the class for just $20. But if you buy the framelits and one of the stamp sets, you get the class for free. So those are your options. And then the frame is $30, including the frame. And that class is Wednesday, November 28th at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Okay. After I run out of frames, you can still do the class, and it will be, oh goodness, I thought it was 18, okay? But I'm not sure. I guess if I say 18, I got to stick to that. Anyway, I'm hoping that this will work. This is actually the second time I'm doing this video, because the first one, my stamping was sideways, and then I did my talking at the end, and I was upside down. So I can deal with sideways, but I can't deal with upside down. So let's see. I'm going to turn this down, and I'm going to peek underneath, and it looks pretty good. Okay, so the secret to this is the glycerin. So we're going to start with balmy blue on this side of the block. So I'm using the big long block, and then we're putting mint macaron on that side. Put the stamp pads well out of the way. Then we've got glycerin here. Now this bottle is, I think, I'll bet you this bottle is 20 years old. I used it to make soap bubbles with the kids. You can also use it in bath bombs. So I was really happy that I had some on hand. Now you're going to just put a little bit in the middle of the block. And there. So that's maybe a little bit more than 4 drops. Then what you do is you take a little bit on your sponge and you mix it in with the ink. Okay? And then I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm going to do the same thing with the blue. And in a few minutes, the magic is going to happen. Okay, so before we do that, we want to stamp our stuff. Now, in the video that I watched, first the trees were stamped, but I want to stamp my words first because I want to make sure that I have enough room. So for Mossy Meadow, I'm using Mossy Meadow, and then I'm going to stamp my words down at the bottom. And you'll see that I don't have stickers on my block, because with our old stamps, if you put the stickers on, they just didn't stick very well. We're getting new stamps, guys, and with their cling mount, and they're so sticky, in fact, that you can't leave them on the block overnight or they might not come off. So here we have some trees from Rooted in Nature. I'm stamping them once, and then I'm stamping off. And then I also want to use the little tree. And I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to put one here. And I think I'm going to put one in behind like so. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp them again a little bit higher up. I want to give the illusion of a hill. Okay. So now we're ready to do the glycerin thing. So we start with the mint macaron. And we go off the paper a little bit. And then there we go. Now, it might not look too magical to you, but when you actually do it, you will be amazed at how smoothly the ink goes on. Now, I have taught sponging to beginners, And it can be a bit of a minefield, because if you don't start off, if you have too bit of a heavy touch, you get blobs of color, and it's not pretty, and it's not fun. And stamping is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be stress-free. So this is a great way to guarantee success in sponging. So now we're doing the balmy blue, and we're going like that. And the nice thing is, you notice how I went without any fear right over top of my trees? It does not bleed. So it's really almost foolproof. I'm not sure. I haven't practiced on trying to ruin it, but it seems to go very well. So the glycerin just makes it very smooth. And we did this at Technique Club this morning, and they loved it. And so what I suggested for them is to make the scene but leave it blank, so then you could change the card for sympathy, birthday, Christmas, you name it. Now there's one little thing we're going to do yet. We're going to take a piece of computer paper and we're going to tear it. And you just don't want it to be a straight tear. You want to kind of make hills or angles there. Now I'm taking smoky slate, and I'm going to sit down for this. I'm going to ink up my sponge. And for this, I'm not using glycerin because we don't need it to glide smoothly. I'm just going to create some lines to give the illusion to ground these trees. Okay? And this is also where the magic happens. Look at that. And you can angle your paper different ways. It doesn't have to go all the way across. No two cards are going to be the same. I'm going to do another one like this. It's amazing when you show people that you started off with a piece of plain white paper and now it's like that. It's pretty impressive. I don't want this tree to be floating, so we're going to add a little bit more here. How nice that is. And then I think we'll add another line here. See, isn't that great? That's a little bit light. There. So that's beautiful. The measurement of this is 3 3/4 by 5. Now we'll add a little fast fuse. There we go. And we'll put it on a balmy blue mat. And this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I like the balmy blue because it gives a very soft, peaceful feel. And we're just going to put it on a white card. You can add some Wink of Stella, if you like, to the trees. Or you could add some Dazzling Diamonds glitter to jazz it up if you want. You can change this into a beach scene and use more color in the sunset. But the key ingredient is glycerin. How lovely is that? Did I show you the other ones? I can't remember, so I'm going to show you again. There's a sympathy one. That sympathy saying is from Rose Wonder. This one is the tree is also from Rooted in Nature, and so are the words. Okay, so that gives you an idea. I haven't used Rooted in Nature very much yet, but it's an awesome, awesome set. There you go. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that technique. Yeah, have a super day. And again, as I always tell you, if you're I shouldn't have you looking at nothing here. If your list is long and you want a lot of stuff, then you should join my team. The starter kit is always the best deal in the catalog. So there you go.